What is up, guys? It's Matt the Gamer back today with another video. If you guys see my last one, it was crazy, it was wild, but this one's gonna get even crazier because we're gonna take and we're gonna build a house. Why in the hold up, guys? Why in the world is the door open? This is why you don't have villagers, because they're idiots. Let me check and make sure that there's no mobs up here. Why in the world do my villagers leave the door open? They're just idiots. Alright, that's why you don't spawn at villagers. Alright guys, before we start, let's make sure our location is clear. Get rid of all this. Okay, there they are. They're just now coming out because they're idiots. I'm going to try to teach you how to do, I think since we did a 7x7, I think let's go with a 9x9. Why not? We've done a 7x7, we've done an 8x8. Well, we could do a 6x6, but we got plenty of room, so I think a 9x9 should be good. Alright guys, so like I said, if you're building near a wall, you want to make sure it's at least 2 blocks away like this, so you can walk around it. I didn't do it on that one, but that way you can have enough space to walk around around your village and stuff like that. That's my lighthouse. I think I'm gonna claim that as like my scouting tower or whatever. Alright, so guys, let's make sure that this is a 2 block away, so you want to start right here. Let's get these up 4 blocks, and then we want to count and make sure that we're doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be 8 because that will be 9 right here, so this is a 9x9. We're going to show you how to build a 9x9. So right now, you guys, we want to make sure it's a 4 block. Let's make sure this is counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This would be, wait. 9, this would be the one, yeah. Alright, and then you want to make sure that this section is matched up with this. We start out with squares a lot of times, it's so that we kind of can show you guys easy way of building a house. So the first off you want to do is build a block like this. So right now we're doing a square, but you don't necessarily have to do it a square. But right now we're just showing y'all guys how to do it. Next thing you want to do is destroy this right here, all this grass like underneath the log, and you want to replace all the grass like underneath the logs with the actual log, so it doesn't look like weird when you're doing it. So guys, this is what it's going to look like when you get started. So we already started with logs, now we got to replace all the logs with the outer line of cobblestone. We're going to use cobblestone as our outline. We're not doing it as the floor, we're just doing it as the outline, guys. So this is going to look like when we get actual started. You want to make sure that's done. Next, you want to take out all the grass. We're going to get rid of all this grass. And you can do multiple different ways of how to build houses. But I'm going to try to show you all the easier way to build a house. Hold up, guys. I need to fix this up real quick. As you can tell, the secondary level is not like organized, so before we start actually doing it, and you can build a basement if you want on any of these houses because they are pretty tall and you can actually do it that way, but we're not doing that right now. We're gonna try to show you how to do it. There we go. Alright, now the next one, you can add wood to your bottom of your basement or whatever you want. I'm gonna use sandstone for my basement or my bottom of my house, which is going to look like this when you get started. I'm going to start with the outer lines first and then slowly work on the inner sides. So it's going to look like this when you get started. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put one sandstone on each of the corners like so, just to get the starter frame up. Next, I'm going to take the actual doors. We're going to think about using, let's use jungle doors. Why not? We haven't used, yeah, we did use jungle doors on that one. We're going to put the jungle doors here. So guys, I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to put it here to where they're not the same. I don't think it will do it. Hold on, let me put a deal there. Let me put a block there because it's not registering. Why are you not registering? It does not want to register like right here. Alright, here we go, guys. So you're gonna make sure that it goes like this when you do open it up. So that's gonna be the doors right there for the entry points. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the not those. We're gonna take the pale oak fence. If you guys know what that is in your inventory. We're gonna make sure that this goes like this when you put it on the sides, and you can put it like that. I'm just gonna leave it. You can put it like that if you guys want, like that. You're gonna put that on both of the sides like that. Don't do it on the fourth one. Just do it on all three. Well, you can do it on all four, but I wouldn't like. What I'm meaning is, don't put it on the fourth block, not like the fourth tower. Yeah, tower power. All this might take up your back of your steps, so I'd definitely recommend using a 3 block away from the building. But you don't necessarily have to, because you still have a space to get out and in. And that's kind of what it looks like, guys. Now what you can do is you can take and you put fences like this on your back of your house, pretty much all the way around your house, just to kind of give that feel to it. So it's going to look like that when you get started. And the next step is you want to take cobblestone and take and raise this middle section, only the middle section, to a 4 block with the cobblestone like that. That's kind of what it looks like right now. The next step you want to do is you want to take, I would recommend using the jungle wood. So we're going to use the jungle wood, and we're going to place the jungle wood right there by the doors and raise those up to a 3 block. Don't raise those up to a 4 block because it might throw it off. So that's what it's going to look like, guys. We're going to do the same with the back section. So these are going to be jungle wood here and jungle wood here. And the cobblestone is going to be in the middle, which I just put aside. Hold on, let me get that real quick. This will be the middle. So that's what it's going to look like, guys. Let me get rid of my sword real quick because that's definitely not a block. So that's what it's going to look like, guys, at the starter point. The next step you want to do is you can take any type of glass. I'm going to use a nice, let's go with a gray glass this time. We're going to go gray glass on those 2 sections like that. You can put glass here and here if you want to add more of a color and depth perception in your building. So we're going to do that with that. So next step is to build this. Now you can do orange on that side and orange on that side if you want, just to make sure it kind of blends in on all 4 of the sides like that if you want. And then you can you can put cobblestone in the middle like this, and you can do the same with this side too. And then you can replace those with sandstone. Now you can do where the glass is on like that on both sides if you want to add more kind of scene location if you want. I wouldn't recommend it on the back side because of the how close it is to the wall. You want to get the sandstones all the way up on each of these locations, so they're going to look like this when you get them done. You want to make sure that these are the same way. So that's what it's going to look like, guys. It does kind of look like a square house. You can design it however you technically want to design it if you don't like it a square. But it's more easier to build squares than circles and stuff like that, because as you can tell, if we try to do a circle, it just looks more like a square because of the way it's... I mean, Minecraft is pretty much a square anyways. Alright, guys, so once you get that type of design, you can technically add whatever type of design or technical color you can add. Now I'm going to use sandstone to add on these 2 sections here to kind of blend that up. And then I'm going to do sandstone on the top and sandstone like that. And I'm going to do the same on this side too. Raise the sandstone up 1 more block on each of your locations. So it's going to look like that when you do it. I don't know why I got the torches in my inventory anyways. It kind of doesn't make sense. Now you can technically do any type of roof design if you want. I think for the roof we're probably going to use a Mongolian. Why not? We've been trying to like use that for a long time. Next, you want to use jungle wood to finish up patching the locations like this. So that's what it's going to look like, guys. And then you can add the cobblestone in the middle again. So it's going to look like this when you get actual, like, starting with it. Add more color. You can raise up the roof however high you want to be technical. now it comes to the fun part. We're gonna add the roof. I don't know how well this red's gonna work. Alright, you wanna make sure it is like that. And let's get the second level. So it's gonna be like this when you get started. And you want to do that both on the same side. You want to match the roof. You do not want to make sure it looks different. If it looks different, it might throw the whole roof up. Now, one reason why we're using a Mongolian roof is because we haven't used it in a while. Next, you want to patch up the sand like that and make sure that these are a little bit higher on all of your locations to add that type of build to it. Next, you want to make sure to raise up the roof again. I would raise it up 2 more levels, so it's going to be a 4 on each side when you level this off. This is what it's going to look like when you get leveled off. And then I'm going to level this up again. So this is, let me get behind it. This is what it's going to look like so far. Now we're not going to do a normal roof where we just keep going up until it's pointy. We're actually going to flatten it out. So we're done with the stairs for now. We're going to be switching the stairs for the actual Mongolian planks, which are going to look like this. We're going to make sure to flatten this out like this. And we're going to do the same on all the way until it's fully flattened out. Now, since you got a gap here, you do want to make sure that's patched up. So I'd probably patch it up with the actual material that you used. Or you can destroy those two and actually add more glass to it if you want. So guys, this is what it's going to look. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. That is what it's going to look like when you're done. It adds a nice brightening color. Now you can add any type of wood or type of color you want. Now I would take the oak, not the oak stairs, but the Arcadian wood, which is the orange stairs, and I would outline it to where it's like this. To kind of boost the color phenomenon, you can use orange planks too to add more of a color design to it. Like that, if you want. So we're going to do that on both all these locations. So they're going to look like this when you get done with them. You technically don't have to copy the design at all. Wait, why is that one like that? Hold up. I think I did wrong on this side. When I was doing that, I forgot the stairs to add on this side. That's what threw me off. I was like, okay, I was doing it. Now since you get that started, you want to take the torches, which is what's in my inventory, and you want to place the torches on there, there, and there. Then you want to make sure that these get bright, so I would place it on the same location you did on those. And you can add torches technically anywhere you want, but I'm going to add it there. And I'm going to add it here, here, and here, and then add it here, here, here. I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to add it here, here, and here. So it's going to look like this when you actually get it fully finished. But you can add technically more stuff to it if you want. It doesn't really matter as long as you add more of a design. So guys, we're going to take that jungle weed. I think we can use, wait, weeping vines. What does a weeping vine looks like? Hold up, will it not place on, oh wait, you can't place it. Can you, where can you place this? Hold up. Oh, I don't have, oh, that's the wrong vine. Sorry guys, I'm placing the wrong vine. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take the actual regular vines and we're going to add it on this to add more of a type fun nature, to be honest. Also, to be more creative, we want to add more color to it. Which you can do that, to be honest. You can add it. It's a little more easier to build. You can build this one in survival. It's a lot way more easier on this house to build it in survival. We're going to make sure all of this gets vines like this, which adds more color and design to it. I don't think you can... Wait, can you actually do that? Hold up. Yeah, don't add that up there. Okay, guys. So this is what it's going to look like so far. You can technically don't have to do the actual color design. And we're going to make sure the roof gets colored with the torches. I do it a space so that way it's not so close together. So guys, this is what it's going to look like when you're actually complete. Now guys, you might be like, well, what about the inside? Well, that's what we're going to be working on next, guys. So we did get the outside done. You technically don't have to add the white. You can do darker color if you want, but I decided to do white to add more of a color. There's two entry points into this house, and it's got plenty of space to actually go anywhere, which means you can have a second floor. Now, I'd probably not build it the way everybody else would build it on the second floor. I wouldn't like build it like everybody else. So I'm going to raise these out a little bit like this. Where it's like that. Oh, when I did that, those are supposed to be like that, okay. So guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to raise this up. First, we're going to place the stairs like this, and the stairs like this. You technically do not have to have an actual, like, 2 stairs like I do all the time. You technically can add as many stairs as you want. So this is what it's going to look like when we're actually done. Oh, that's orange. That's orange. That's orange. That's orange. That's not. Okay, let me get this. So guys, when you actually get done, it's going to look like this. Now, as you know, I'm not covering the whole section here. I'm going to extend these two to where the glass is there, but these sections here, I'm not cutting it. I'm not doing it. One reason why is because I want to add a character to when I build houses. I want to add a character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a little fence here. Actually, should be a fence here. So where I'm going to leave a gap there. So that way it kind of has a more of a character design to it. And I'm going to do the same on this floor. Like this. Kind of a design to, you know, do whatever. Also, it leaves that gap so that way you can kind of see. Because I just realized that the roof's actually smaller. It's on the 3rd block. It should be actually higher. I built it to where it's shorter than the roof, so this one will have to be like that. So it adds a nice deal. Also, if you want, you can add a ladder there or whatever you want. To be technical, you can add whatever. And it kind of makes it to where it's a little bit more squished, to be honest. Add torches wherever you guys want to put it. I'm going to add torches on these two windows to kind of boost up the brightness. Next step, I'm going to add a bed in here so that there could actually be a bed. And we're going to take a crafting table and a furnace. Actually, let's go with the smoker instead. I'm going to add a bed there. And you can technically add a bed anywhere you want. But I'm going to place 2 beds here. I'm going to add a bed here and then add a bed here. And then I'm going to add the smoker here and the crafting table on the corner. Now this, guys, this is a 9x9, so technically you can do whatever you technically want to design it. But that is what I designed, and we're going to add some villagers in. So I hope this guys will make it to where you can actually build it. 9x9 is a pretty good house, to be honest, because you can always build out, like I said. And most of these houses, if you guys notice, this is an 8x8, and this is a 9x9, and that's a 7x7. Well, guess what? The 9x9 is bigger than the 7x7, but the 8x8 is bigger than the 9x9 because it went taller and added more room. So you can technically add any type of design you want. So let's go add some villagers in a deal. We added how many beds? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we had 4. So let's add 4 villagers. We want to make sure that this is 1. That's 2 there, and then 1, 2. I don't think they're going to listen. They're probably going to go out. Yeah, they're idiots. They always go out at night for some stupid reason. I've built so many villages. So guys, I hope that helps you. This is a 9x9 house. It's not really the greatest looking house, to be honest. That one's technically better. I like that 8x8. This one here, I like this 8x8 a lot better. It just looks so much nicer than this red roof. But you guys told me to add more colors in it, so that's what I did. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Magic the Gamer, signing off.